you learn to let yourself go completely. I never think in terms of what I'm going to do. And I just simply react to what I hear and what I see. And hopefully that will make it more real and hopefully more interesting too to the audience, because many times they're seeing just what's coming out, and I'm not controlling it.
Filmmaker Magazine presents Back to One with Peter Rinaldi.
June Squibb is an actor. I sat down with her in New York City to talk about the work. Do you have a typical way that you like to begin your preparation process every time you get a new character? Like, is there a typical first step that you take?
Yeah, I read the script. I mean, somebody could offer me something and I still want to see the script. There are people I will do anything for.
Yeah.
And if they ask me to do something, I would say yes and then read the script.
Yeah.
But the script is very, very important to me. And this tells me all I need to know about. If I'm deciding, then it's the script that makes the decision.
I've heard that you are completely memorized on day one.
On the film script, yeah.
Is that something you've always done?
Well, I was doing smaller roles for so long that I think, probably. I don't remember that so... yes, I did, because it would scare me to walk onto a set and have them say, we're doing this scene now instead, and I have to know kind of what's going on. Yeah.
Early on, somebody that was very instrumental in inspiring you and learning from them was Ethel Merman. Mm-hmm. I want you to talk a little bit about what you absorbed from her.
Well, she was a person of the theater. She had a short film career, but she didn't do more than, I think, 2 or 3 films at the most, maybe a few more. But her whole career was based on the theater. And you always felt she was there, she was ready to go on. And I think I took that from her, certainly. Yeah. She was always prepared, she was always ready. And I remember we were in Boston, because I did the tour with her. And we were in Boston, and she had a sinusitis, which was affecting her voice. And they wanted her to go on with a not so great voice because it was a packed house, and they didn't want to put the understudy on. So she even said to me, she said, I'm upset about this. She said, these are my fans and they're here to hear me sing. And she said, I'm really upset about it. But she did it. She went on, and her not so good was great.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure they didn't even know, the people in the audience.
And you said that she had a tremendous respect for the audience.
Oh, very, yes. And I think I have had that always, but I think that she really cemented that into my thinking, that the audience deserves a show, always.
Yeah.
No matter where you are, or how tired you are, or how bored you are, or whatever you are. I mean, you can run a show for a year easily. Yeah. And so I just felt that she had such respect for the audience, such respect.
Your second husband was like was an acting teacher, but he taught you
a lot of stuff. How to work, really.
Yeah. And you said that was not easy. That was hard.
It wasn't. I had worked as an actress before, but when I came into New York, I did all musical theater. For about 20 years, I was doing musical theater. And it takes a different kind of work than a straight play does. And we met in a musical, actually, in Stock. And he said, if you really knew what you were doing, you could be a very fine actress. And well, great. But he started sort of coaching me with everything then, even before we were married. And then he wanted me to come into his classes. And I did, and it was hard, and I cried and yelled, and he yelled at me, and the whole class was laughing. I mean, we were crazy.
Was he pushing you? Like, is that
yeah,
what it
he
was?
was
Like
demanding.
emotional stuff? Yeah.
Not emotional. He was demanding that I do certain things, and they were things that I had never thought about before, and certainly never in my performing had thought about it. He had a knack of taking everything away and then rebuilding. But rebuilding with a way of working, a very solid way of working.
So this sounds like this was really important at this moment for you.
Oh, yes. No, I don't think I'd be working still if it weren't for what he did.
And what do you think about that? Do you have like an opinion based on that about other people who don't have that kind of hard teacher like that might be kind of good or okay, they're getting by, but if they had somebody like that?
Yeah, it makes a tremendous difference.
And do you think it has to be hard? Do you think it has to be?
Think, I don't know. I mean, maybe somebody else wouldn't have been able to do it.
Yeah.
Because he had students that pulled out, and felt he was too not hard on them, but demanding.
Yeah.
He demanded certain things. And so I think, it's such a personal thing.
Yeah.
Very, very personal. And I think some students, couldn't handle it.
Yeah.
I could. And of course, he was my husband too.
Yeah.
So, but I had worked in, so many years already. I had already worked like 20 years or more.
Yeah.
And he felt that my musical work was great. He thought I really worked well in musical theater. But he wanted to see me, doing the dramas and the comedies, but as an actor.
I guess I'm a little younger than you, but I'm
sure you are. Everybody is.
But I'm still at the point now where people ask me stuff from, like, say 20, 30 years ago. I'm like, why do you think I remember that? Like, I don't remember that. So I almost hesitate to ask you something like this because I have a feeling like you're gonna be like, are you kidding me? How do I remember that? Yeah. But I just want to know what was it like working in the theater in New York in the 50s and 60s? You've worked in the theater recently. I mean, you're doing a play right now. I mean, but it's not like you went away and did exclusively TV and film, right? You kept dipping in.
No, I did Waitress in 2019. I went in for 8 weeks. Yeah. But before, that was it. That's all I did,
is that right?
You see, was theater. I think I did a TV show or two, like Law and Order. Everybody has done Law and Order. It lives in New York.
Yeah.
So this was all new to me.
Right. But is there something that we don't know theater was like back then in terms of just working in the theater?
Yeah, it was great. I did The Boyfriend for about a year here in New York, off Broadway. And then they sent me out to California. We opened it out there, and I was out there for about 3 months with it. I remember the first time that somebody recognized me, and it was from The Boyfriend. And that was like,
that must have been
it was very
shocking,
strange.
right?
Yeah, it was very strange.
Yeah.
But Boyfriend, it was a big hit, and they used to laugh because of all the limos that were parked out in front of the theater. We were in 2 or 3 different theaters, 2, I guess it was. Something in the Lower East Side, and then the Cherry Lane. We went into the Cherry Lane, and it stayed there for 2 or 3 years.
It's actually kind of remarkable how much it hasn't changed, right? Theater.
Well, that's it. It was funny because my assistant, Kelly, she's worked with me on every film set. She's never worked in a theater. And so, I was trying to explain to her, and when we walked they took us, she and I, the stage manager, took us to the Helen Hayes to make sure physically everything was good for me.
Yeah.
And she just didn't know. And I said, oh my God, it's like coming home. Yeah. I mean, it just, that darkness backstage.
Yeah.
And she said, it's so dark. I said, you'll get used to it. You'll get used to it.
It was like riding a bike then, right? You're getting right back really on that bike. Yeah. Oh, that's cool.
But I had done a regional theater before, was the last thing before Waitress, and I think that was a good 20 years, maybe. Maybe not that long, but it was quite a while.
Yeah.
So it's been sparse since then,
Every time I talk to somebody that's in a play, I always think, oh man, that has to be so exciting, but what do you do all day long waiting to go to the theater?
I sleep. So when we actually open, I'll get those wonderful days when I can sleep as long as I want to.
Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah.
No, but you do, and as you go along, even I start to do things, I think at first I don't.
Yeah.
And but then I start to do some things, meet people, after the theater and things like that.
Is there any part of it that you're concerned about? Just stepping back in and doing, because you're the lead in this, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. No, I have had, some line. Not problems, but, I have forgotten some lines. Everybody, all of us have. So it's not, I don't feel, that I'm the only one of the four that this is happening to.
Yeah.
And it's been very comfortable. It really has.
That's great. That's got to feel good, right?
Yeah, no, it does. And I will, like last night I got very tired. And when I get tired, sometimes I just, that's it. And I started really forgetting, and I was apologizing, and Cynthia said, don't you ever apologize again.
Yeah. And that's good to be around people like that, right? Cynthia, the great veteran of the stage.
And she's just had such a career.
Yeah.
So
I think wasn't she the one that was in 2 shows at one time?
Yes. And everybody kids her about that, I think. She was, the first act, one theater, and the second act, another theater.
Yes. When you started to do film and TV, like you tell the story, like one day you just said, you went to your agent, you just said, look, all my friends are getting these roles. I mean, come on.
That's exactly how it happened.
Get me some. And like your first audition was for Woody Allen, right?
Yeah.
Then you go right into the movie Alice, which I remember that movie coming out. I couldn't be more excited because I was a giant Woody Allen fan at that time. I remember when so this is like 1990. And then the role started coming.
The same casting director was working with Juliette Lewis.
Oh, right.
And so she went out on her own, and she cast Martin Brest's Scent of a Woman.
Oh, yes.
And she brought me in for that. And then she cast Scorsese's Age of Innocence and brought me in for that. And I got all 3. I mean, it was the same casting director, or 2 different casting directors. But all at once, everybody, oh, you're a film actor. It really shifted. I don't know how to explain that, but the attitude of everybody towards me shifted. Your film now.
Yeah. And what did that do for you? Were you thinking, okay, I have to now push and just be exclusively a film actor because I want to keep this career going?
I never thought that. No.
Interesting.
And I still worked in the theater.
Yeah.
I do know that my last theater before Waitress was in Dallas in regional theater. And I don't remember just exactly. I think I had already done films. I think I'd done a few films. And then I did In and Out.
Right.
And that was a big success.
Yeah.
Worked with Frank Oz.
Oh, yeah.
God.
Right.
So I had wonderful directors.
Yes.
I mean, my early films were some of the... And Scorsese was so wonderful because we were working in a mansion, and I was the aunt's maid, and he worked with a painting behind everybody in every scene. And he had a painting behind me where I was going to walk up and do my announcing. And Scorsese didn't like that painting with me. So he said, we're going to do this in the studio. So I stopped working there, and I knew, it would probably take a few weeks to set up, but I never dreamt that Scorsese would come and direct me.
Right,
did.
you mean, so it would be like just a pickup?
I thought his assistant or the PA or somebody would come in and direct it. It was so small.
But he was there.
He was there and directed.
And it was just for you.
Well, I think that's his thing of everything is important to him. Everything is important to him.
I mean, that's a sign of a good director, though, right?
Oh, God, yes.
That's the way
But that has impressed me so. I mean, I just... so impressed with that.
See, we were enjoying you, but you weren't a household name to us.
No.
Until Nebraska, really.
Yeah.
I mean, first of all, when they said this was going to be black and white, what did you think of that?
Not much. We did. I remember what I do remember is we did costume on film so they could see what the colors, because the colors came out different in black and white.
Right.
And the costumer knew this.
Yeah.
And we spent, I think, a whole day, as I remember, wearing the costumes with a camera test. Because so they could just, find the right colors.
Did you know when you were doing this that this was potentially an Oscar-nominated performance that you were giving in any sphere?
No. But I think Bruce too, we all knew it was something very special. It was something that you didn't get all the time to do, and it was a very special film.
Yeah.
And strangely enough, when we were doing a shot, I was doing a shot, and I heard the crew, and the crew said, Oscar, she's going to be
wow.
And I just thought, crazy time.
It wasn't even a dream at that moment, right?
No, it never occurred to me. I just knew it was a very special film.
Yeah.
That's all I knew. And the people, Bruce is a hell of an actor. Yeah. And Will Forte, Bob Odenkirk. I mean, it was.
I know Margot Martindale alerted you to Nebraska, but had she worked with Alexander Payne before?
Yes.
Was that right before that?
No, she had done one of those short films.
Right.
I
love
Paris.
that thing.
I think she did the Paris.
And that was before Nebraska, so she knew.
So this is why Alexander sent her, I think, the script, was he had worked with her.
Right.
And liked her.
Yes. But she's a little younger than you, and that's
well,
that
and
was the
she
thing.
told me, she said, June, you've got to have your agents get you a script. And she said, it's you. She said, this is your role. She said, I'm too young. She said, I should never be playing it.
Weren't you mad that Alexander Payne didn't send you this script initially?
No. It was funny because when my agents started pushing them to see me, he and the casting director both said, we adore June, we love June, but she's not right for this at all. Oh, interesting. He thought, and we talked about it, he and I talked about it, he thought I was that little lady from About Schmidt, and that's what he thought I was.
Isn't that interesting?
And so it never occurred to him, you know, that I could be Kate.
So did you feel like you had to prove that you could be?
I knew, they finally said, just to get us off their backs, they finally said, we're going to send you some scenes and the script and have her tape them and send them back. And there was never anything, but I didn't feel pushed or anything. I mean, I have done this so audition,
Yeah.
audition after audition after
Yeah.
audition.
Right.
And so it never, well, Alexander wants to see.
Yeah.
That's all.
Yeah.
That's what that was.
When you have to create a character, you have to take what's on the page and you have to embody it. Mm-hmm. And we take that character as an example, but then we take the latest two characters you're doing right now, which are Thelma and Eleanor.
Yeah.
Is there some kind of process that you have of, when I'm reading it, I'm hearing this person, but now I have to make this come through my body? And how do I do that? And do you find yourself like making adjustments or anything like this?
No.
Nothing at all like that. Does it just happen?
Yeah. It does. I know how to make it happen now. That's what he taught me to do.
Yeah.
But
what is that process?
well, you learn to let yourself go completely. I never think in terms of what I'm going to do. And I just simply react to what I hear and what I see. And hopefully that will make it more real and hopefully more interesting too to the audience, because many times they're seeing just what's coming out, and I'm not controlling it.
I mean, you would think like maybe you have figured it out then.
Well, I think I have. Yes, I do.
Yes.
I mean, you mean what he taught me?
Well, no, I just mean like maybe that's the secret. What you just said.
Well,
you figured out this
secret
acting thing.
for me.
Yeah.
It's not the secret for everybody.
Right.
But this is how my husband taught.
Yeah.
To free you completely, and then you just simply react to what you're being given.
Yes.
So that's where I got it from, though. I mean,
But what
him.
were you doing in the 20 years before that, though? Because
I just simply was in and out. I would sometimes hit it really great, and sometimes I didn't know. I sometimes it just sort of wrote because I didn't know how to go there.
Yeah, yeah. So what you're talking about here is like going from good to great, because you were working and you were getting roles.
Oh yes, no, and I did
so
work.
that's not like that's no small thing.
No, and I did some things that I was like Boyfriend. I mean, that was big.
Yeah,
what I did in that.
Right. When you work with somebody like Scarlett Johansson, who is an actor, when you work with her as a director, do you start to think, okay, this actually makes a difference that this person is an actor as a director because they know what I need?
Yes, that was very true with her.
And does this make you want to work more with directors who are actors? Or does it matter not that much?
No, it doesn't. It gives you... I mean, we have a wonderful relationship that started with that, with us knowing sort of what the other one was about.
Yeah.
And that to me is, I'll never find it again or with anyone else.
Yeah.
My needs, no. I mean, I'm working with a director now, Annie Kaufman, who's brilliant.
Yeah.
It was just with Scarlett and I, she just simply knew everywhere I was going before I knew it almost,
Yeah. Yeah, and that matters, I guess.
Oh, it matters tremendously.
Yeah.
It was very liberating. It was very relaxed. The whole shoot was.
And that really matters, doesn't it? Being relaxed.
It does. It does. If the director or your other actor, if you tense up, it's not fun.
Yeah.
And it's harder.
Yeah.
It's all harder.
This young actor, Erin Kellyman, is so incredible. And she's really amazing.
Yeah.
And you two are so great together. I think you knew her before this movie, right?
No.
Oh, you didn't?
No. We knew each other before we started shooting. I think we were both called in about a week and a half, 2 weeks before we started shooting. Because there was costuming. There was all sorts of things,
Yeah.
to solve.
Yeah.
And so we were both living, the producers put everybody that came in into the same apartment building on the east side. And my assistant and I saw her one day in the elevator and realized who she was, and she recognized me. And so we were talking, and I said, come on up for dinner tonight. So she did. And she just started coming in all the time. And so we had her with us. And I was giving dinner parties at Joe Allen's, and I would ask her always to come, so she felt she had plenty of people she knew, but I felt it was important that, we get to know each other and all of that. And I don't think we were either one of us thinking that at the time, but we did get to know each other enough that when we started shooting, it was very relaxed.
Yeah.
We knew each other,
And this also matters, doesn't it? This kind of pre-shooting kind of connection work that you do with somebody. Doesn't that pay dividends when it's on film?
Yeah. I mean, I think, the more you get to know someone, the easier it is to work with them.
Yeah.
For
But
many reasons.
It's also, I'm seeing something there that I think is deepening my experience, and it might be because there was something that went a little deeper between the two of you in real life. Is that crazy to think that?
No, I don't think it is. I mean, I think, once you start shooting with someone, if you like them, I think that shows,
Yes.
And people talk about where they didn't have chemistry. They probably didn't care much for each other, to be honest with you.
How many times have you worked with somebody you didn't care about?
Very seldom.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah. No, of course I worked with some wonderful people, but
I mean, you never had to manufacture any kind of chemistry. You never had to manufacture
I don't remember doing that. I mean, I'm sure I did.
But that's a good sign. Yeah. I mean, I thought you were going to say, oh yeah, there's thousands of...
Oh God, no. I think I've been maybe lucky, with the people I've worked with.
Yeah. I feel like I'm sitting right now with somebody that is not anything like Eleanor. And that's a compliment to your acting. But when I was watching the movie, I was like, this doesn't even feel like it's written. This just feels like you are living this.
We're just doing it. Yeah.
It's just these words are not written down anywhere. That's a compliment.
When I'm reading, I learn the script by constantly going back. So I'm delving into the script constantly. Right. So I think that is a lot of it, because I know that script really, really, really well before I ever start shooting. I think the way I work makes it easier, because I have nothing to ask of you. I mean, I really don't. You can do whatever you want. And that's, I will just react to it.
Yeah. What was it like doing this a second time, being the number one on the call sheet? Did you feel some kind of responsibility to the other actors that are coming in? There's these wonderful people. I'm thinking of the people in the support group. I'm thinking of the people she encounters on her day. All these wonderful actors probably coming in for one day, doing these wonderful little things. Some of them are maybe not even so much actors or.
Well, but that whole group of Holocaust survivors were Holocaust survivors.
That's amazing. And they're so amazing to watch. So amazing and moving. But did you feel some kind of responsibility to be a leader?
What I feel is I have to know my lines. I have to be on time. I have to be ready when they want me to come.
Yeah.
And I feel that just being, if I start being late, if I don't know my line, then that gives other people a sense of, well, that's what's being done here. Yeah. No, it shouldn't be.
Yeah.
I do think about being kind. Yeah. I think about being polite. I say a lot of thank yous. Yeah. And I think just recognizing, saying, when I come on in the morning, I say good morning or hello to everybody, all the crew, everybody. And I think that's a part of it. I do think that is.
Yes, that has to help. You say that you have said no to a lot of roles, and you continue to say no to a lot of roles, right? Mm-hmm. Can you tell me like what the parameters are in terms of that? Like, is it about you don't want to waste time on something that you're not passionate about? Is it that something is shooting away from where you don't want to be? Is it simply the writing isn't good enough or something like that? Or
it could be any number of reasons. I remember I was offered a TV show and they were shooting in New Mexico. And it wasn't that I didn't want to go to New Mexico. My agent didn't think I should take this for what they were offering. And I listened to him, so I didn't do it. Mm-hmm. But if that would have been I will do it or not. You know, it didn't matter to me whether I did it or not. If I wasn't working, I would, say, okay, I'll go do that.
You said in the beginning there are some people that you could say yes to without the script. Mm-hmm. And I think Scarlett Johansson is one of those.
Certainly now, yes. Yeah. My gosh, yes.
Can you say of anybody else's? Because they might be listening thinking, I may throw.
Alexander Payne, I would do anything for him. Albert Berger and Ron Yerxa, two producers from Nebraska. I have done things for them, and I would do anything.
Is this just trust? Is this just about trust?
Somebody I know so well and have been involved with so much.
Yeah.
I just said yes to Jesse Nelson.
Okay, yes.
Who directed Love the Coopers, and a TV show I did, The Little Voice, and then she was responsible for my doing Waitress because she wrote the script. Mm-hmm. So they're just people. Andy Samberg, I would do anything for him.
Yeah. It's also about talent, right? It's also about like these people are tremendously talented.
Yeah, well they are, and I've enjoyed working with them, and like Albert and Ron are two of my closest friends now. Mm-hmm. So it would be funny to tell them no.
Marjorie Prime hasn't opened yet, right? Is it in previews even yet, or just rehearsals?
It goes into previews Thursday night.
Excellent. So this is going to be a transformative, incredible experience for you. Take me to when the show is closing, right? I want you to just picture it. Curtain comes down, you leave. Are you immediately looking for another play?
No.
Why is that? Like, you don't think of things like that? You just think material, projects?
Yeah, I don't think. Well, for one thing, I live in LA.
Right.
So I'm not at home during the period that I'm here doing a show. And I to be honest with you, I have committed to 3 films. So it will be a long time, I think, before I even think of doing a play.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Is there anything that you want to do now that the spotlight is shining harder on you than it's ever shone before? Is shone a word? Shone? Light is shown on you? Yeah. Is there anything you want to do that nobody has seen you do?
A Western.
Oh, I've heard you say that before.
Yeah. I just feel that's the only genre that I have not done. And I've done a horror film.
That you haven't. You should.
Yeah.
If somebody were to send you a Western, would that go to the top of the pile?
I don't know. I think it would be the script. I would have to see what it was.
Okay, good. I'm glad you answered that because somebody's out there
with a Western.
June Squibb, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Back to One is a production of Filmmaker Magazine, which is a publication of The Gotham. Listen to back episodes of this podcast at filmmakermagazine.com or wherever you get your podcasts.